Good morning. This is the first morning of the rest of your life. When I got up at, as normal, I couldn't sleep. I got up at 20 to 5, 16 to 5. I tried to go back to sleep for about 10 or 15 minutes, and I couldn't. So I got up and did my stretching. Where's the one seat that's left?
Back here.
Okay. Name tag back there. The one seat. So I got up and stretched, and the only thing that's really different for me now than when I was your guys' age is I have to stretch. I don't have to stretch, but if I don't stretch, I am one stiff motherfucker by after lunchtime. So I stretch. That's about there because I have arthritis from all the falls and all the things I did, which we'll discuss some of them during the week, and all the crazy shit that I did, that I got beat up in sports and some other things. But when I got up, I was thinking about you from last night, and it's always interesting because I used to do an exercise. I used to go around and say, okay, Jeff, tell me your deal, and I'll tell you in 90 seconds, and I'll tell you in 90 seconds whether it's worth the shit, whether you should shit can it, how to change it, or you should eat a gun, blow your brains out. And I used to go at the beginning, this morning, right now, I do that. And the implication of me saying that would be you wasted your fucking money coming here, or you got a chance. But I stopped doing it a number of years ago because it started to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because my reputation, if you will, is so strong for being right almost all the time that the few times that I was wrong, I'd make myself right and you'd follow the direction I gave you and you'd give up. If not physically, give up mentally. So I don't do that anymore. But when we're in private time and I tell you your deal doesn't fucking work, also, when I did it in the public, you being the public, with your classmates, I was reinforcing what's already fucked you up, peer pressure, worrying about what somebody else thought. So I was defeating my own model. Now, for a few people, it worked like a charm. They actually said, oh, it doesn't work? Shit, can it? Turn the key? Fine. What do I do? But those people were so few and far between, it wasn't fair to the rest of you guys. So I don't do that anymore. But it was an interesting exercise. And back in the days when they drank and it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Now, I've seen fornication on the snooker table from you guys, which was not a pretty sight. And that fornication, lady and gentleman, was between two men. Consenting adults. And I can close my eyes, and unfortunately, I can still see it. I can see it like I brushed my teeth this morning. It was an ugly fucking sight. Both extremely good-looking guys. I mean, but anyway, we've had a Harvard-educated medical person, doctor, masturbate on the snooker table. Masturbate on graduation night. Fortunately, I didn't see that one. But I'm taking a shower, and Anna, our used to be senior housekeeper, knocking on the door. Boss, you gotta go. I get out of the shower, I got a towel around myself. What the fuck's so important? Because I make my entry late to the graduation dinner, which you'll see. And she says, you won't fucking believe it. She says, a guy jacked off on the snooker table. No fucking way! I don't believe it. And he says, you won't believe it? Well, who did it? Doc. We only had one doctor in the group. A Harvard guy. Fuck. Anyway, he had gotten drunked up, and he was on the snooker table dancing, because we have a jukebox and 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's really quite a great entertainment room up in the tower. And he did that, but nobody wanted to clean it up. And that's the only reason that she told me. Nobody's cleaning it up. I said, oh, yeah, you're cleaning it up, or you're going to be good looking for a new fucking job. And then he fell off and broke his leg. Now, when I say that it was sex, drugs, and I don't know about the drug, rock and fucking roll in the 90s, that's exactly what it was. I mean, it was a different era. It was, I don't know, it was different people, and but we toned it down in the early 2000s because they fell asleep, and that's when I used to whack people. And the reason I used to hit them is because you fall asleep during this deal, and I hit you. And where's my thing that I used to hit them with? Where's my riding crop? If I didn't hit him, well, there's a riding crop around here someplace. And like your hands would be on the table, and I'd come down and I'd hit you with my riding crop. And I don't know why it's around here someplace. But now you're the new sophisticated 21st century lot that believes in political correctness. And as I said last night, in my judgment, and when I said this at the London Real Deal at the Ritz last Saturday, I mean, everybody turned white. Because I believe with all my heart that political correctness is a manifestation of a lack of self-esteem worldwide now. Now, there's not so much political correctness in Nigeria. There's not so much political correctness in Jamaica. There's not so much political correctness in poverty-stricken places where lack of self-esteem is a given because of the poverty and all, the other things that have happened to people. But down in London or in Berlin or in the major financial centers, unfortunately, we've seen that. You saw the movie last night, or not the movie, the clip about Balmer at Oxford. We're fortunate because the kid, the Oxford student here, actually witnessed it, and we'll talk more about that later. Did anybody go up to the entertainment center and see the sun come up this morning? No. Did anybody go to the entertainment center? Do you know where the entertainment center is?
No, we tried, but we just found an empty room.
No. Oh no, that is the old snooker, or not snooker, the old squash court. You passed it. You climbed too far. You mean in the tower? Yeah, okay. Yeah. There used to be a squash court in that, and I took the squash court out, and I revamped it, and I put carpet, and cleaned it all up, and we were going to turn it into a theater in the round. And this was about 10 years ago, and because I thought it'd be better for you guys to see the movies and the things in the theater in the round. But a couple of people fell on the staircase. Yeah, they fell on the staircase. So that, for insurance purposes, that ended that fucking idea, brilliant idea I had. And one of the things we're going to talk about, last year, I engaged in over 20 fatal mistakes in my business ideas. I had 20 failures last year. 20. Actually, 20. My wife reminded me, 22 to be exact. 22. Because my business failures normally cost a lot of money. It's not I got an idea that I'm going to sell something on the fucking internet and use ClickBank and, those aren't my kind of ideas. But nobody talks about those. They only talk about the 3 or 4 things that I did successfully. And as we get into the meat of what QLA is all about, quantum leap advantage, you got to swing at the plate, Babe Ruth still leads baseball, professional baseball, in strikeouts. He hasn't played baseball in 80 years. And he's number 4 or 5 on the home run list. And if you take out all the people that juice themselves up, he's probably 1 or 2. If you take the guys that are drug-induced home runs. But he swung at the plate. And the people that are up in the Hall of Fame behind you, they are continuing to swing at the plate. As did the people that influenced my life. These are my influencers. And a lot of people are very much surprised that I have so many people that influence my life. I have Genghis Khan up there. I've got Adolf Hitler up there. I've got Joseph Stalin up there. I've got Walt Disney up there. Jesus Christ, to name a few. Maggie Thatcher, who I had the privilege of knowing. And all those people influenced me. Now, I want to get two things straight. I'm now being quoted as Dan says you shouldn't read books. What's been lost and misquoted, you shouldn't read all these personal development books. I've read Tolstoy, Shakespeare, Seneca, who we're going to talk about, the Roman. I've read those guys. But what I haven't done that you've done is read all the self-development books thinking that you're going to connect the dots with the next self-development book. And you're not. You're going to connect the dots by pulling the fucking trigger and doing deals and trying stuff and failing and stepping on your dick. That's how you're going to develop. And you will ask me, or you'll wonder, when do we get the beef? There was an old grandmother from San Diego, God love her, named Rose, who the second day said, when do we get the beef, Dan? There used to be a commercial about America and hamburgers, and I don't know if it was McDonald's or Burger King, said that you get the beef right away, and the other people didn't because the patties were smaller, etc. Well, we don't talk about how do you get the fucking money till the last third of the seminar. What we talk about is why you haven't been able to get the money for the first two-thirds of the seminar. What we talk about in the first two-thirds of the seminar is why you're afraid of success, contrary to what you think. And even the more successful people in here are still afraid of success, or success at the level that I define. And one of the things that some of the people that have been through here said, I could have just added 2 or 3 zeros onto my goals and saved 10,000 pounds, because that's, in essence, what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 or 3, depending on how low your goals are. I've had to add 4 or 5 zeros on some. So, but and money's not everything. It's the only thing anybody keeps track of. And we're going to talk later on this morning about a woman who was overweight, this, that, and the other thing, and she ran a 50-miler here last year using QLA. Some of the people on here, the women say that QLA is better for losing weight than making money. Because I've got 2, 3, 300-pound plus gals that have lost between 160 and 185 pounds and made money. But I'll leave that to you. And that's before I realized that I've been a biohacker all my life. I didn't know what the word meant, biohacking, until I went to Dave Asprey, God love him, to be interviewed by him on his deal in September. And I see these 400 or 500 people running around, some of which barefooted because they're trying to grip the energy of the earth, I guess. I don't know that gig. I don't understand that myself. By the way, I wear these big shoes as opposed to last night is because when I stand for 10, 12 hours, my arthritis, my feet can hurt. So I wear these nice, comfortable shoes as opposed to the fancy shoes I had on last night. So I've been biohacking since the middle 70s, and I didn't even realize it. And Sally told me when in my preparation to go to Asprey's seminar, because I prepare. I have read each one of your files at least 2 or 3 times. For those of you that are in an industry that I'm not familiar with, which there wasn't anybody here that was in an industry I wasn't familiar with, the ones that I had to get more up to date with are the guys that are into marijuana. I had to rebrief myself on that industry and the legalization of it. But other than that, I knew about everybody here. But I do more preparation than virtually all the people that come here. And that's why I tell you to read the stuff I told you to read, and I will chastise you and come down hard on you if you ask a stupid question that you should have read in either my ebook or some of the other material that I told you to read. Because high-performance people, you only have one time to make a first impression. And one of the things is Bill Gates used to limit his minutes to 6 minutes a minute. 6 minutes a meeting. If you didn't convince him in 6 minutes, get the fuck out of his office. 6 minutes. You guys can't even say good morning in 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Now I know other guys, 15 minutes. my meetings are normally half an hour because I'm not dealing with as high-performance people as Bill Gates is. And you guys can't tell me, scratch your ass and blow your nose in 6 minutes. So I give you half an hour. So are the people that I'm dealing with 6 times more stupid than the people that Bill Gates is dealing with? Maybe. Because essentially, if he's dealing with the very top people, and he's got a lot of real bright people, and he has over the years. Steve, that you listened to at the for the Oxford talk, is one of them. So it's a mind shift. I hate to use old cliches. It's a paradigm shift. It's a whole different way of thinking. And when you guys say something to me or you present something to me, I look at it differently than you do. Robert, this is his 10th time sitting here, will attest to that. This morning, and we don't say, hi, my name's John, I'm from Toledo. We don't go through all that. What we do go through is, if I think one of you is involved in a business model that is germane to the rest of the audience, when we're covering the slide, I'll bring it up and I'll say, Rose, you're in such and such, or Alex, you're in such and such. Can you relate this to the guys? Okay, YouTubers, we'll talk to you after lunch. Thank you.